Hi, it's Billy Dunlap with GoLaurens.com and GoClennon.com. Welcome to Week 5 of the Lawrence County Football Show, coming to you from Bailey Memorial Stadium right here on the campus of Presbyterian College, where on Saturday at 7 o'clock the Blue Hose will host Cumberland University in their third game of a 7-game homestand. Now let's talk about the games we've got coming up this week. We've got Lawrence at Dorman Friday night at 7:30. The Raiders come in with a record of 1-3. They lost to Boiling Springs last week 30-14. Lawrence was held to 184 yards of total offense. Troy Dendy led the way, 20 carries for 71 yards. Now the Raiders have got to get some help from the rest of the offense. They got to get more balance. They got to be able to run the ball up front, but they got to be able to throw the ball so they can balance their offense. So we'll see what the Raiders do on Friday night against Dorman. Now, the offensive line, they continue to make some changes. They're getting younger on the offensive line. They're just looking for consistency, looking for protection for quarterback Ryan Campbell, and creating holes for Dwayne Martin and Troy Dendy. Now, the Raider defense allowed 403 yards against Boiling Springs last week. The defense seems to be improving, but they got to get more physical. We got to hit some people. That's one thing that we're not doing. We're just arm tackling, shirt grabbing, but we need to see some hard hitting from the Raider defense. Now, Dorman comes in with a record of 2-2. They defeated Rock Hill 42-21. I'm starting to take it personal. It's the second time on this show I've had to talk about my alma mater, the Rock Hill Bearcats, taking a loss to a team from Lawrence County. Now, the Cavaliers, they've got a win over Hillcrest and Rock Hill. They've got a loss to two really good teams, Northwestern and Fort Dorchester. So Cavaliers are strong again this year. They're led by quarterback Ben Batson. He's a transfer from Dorman. His dad is the strength coach at Clemson. He threw for 111 yards last week against Rock Hill. He also ran for 122 yards. Now, Dorman had 353 rushing yards against Rock Hill, so they're going to pound the ball up front behind a big offensive line. Marcus Ratchford ran for 169 yards last week. Talked about the Dorman offensive line. They're anchored by offensive tackle number 76, Jordan McFadden. He is a commitment to Virginia Tech, but I can tell you, based on what I've read, the Clemson Tigers are hard after him to get that commitment changed. So be looking for Jordan McFadden on the offensive line for the Cavaliers. So big game for the Raiders, going up the road, up 26 to Dorman for a 7:30 kickoff on Friday night. Now let's talk about the Clennon Red Devils. Chesney coming to Clennon Friday night, 7:30 at Wilder Stadium. It is throwback night. They're going to honor the 1977 and the 1987 state championship games. The Red Devils will also wear commemorative jerseys based on the 1977 state championship team. So it should be a big night of celebration there at Wilder Stadium. Clennon comes in with a record of 1-3. They lost 49-12 to the Abbeville Panthers last Friday night. The Clennon defense allowed 10.6 yards per play from the Panthers. Now, they've given up, the Red Devil defense has given up 123 points over their last 3 games. So Coach Andrew Webb and the defense of the Red Devils, they're looking to make some corrections and right the ship this week against Chesney. Offensively, the Red Devils continue to be strong running the ball. Chris Holmes, 96 yards last week. Mark Wise, 79. So the Red Devils are going to continue to try to run the ball, but they're going to balance the offense with some passing with Connor Richardson, but they're going to look to run the ball behind that solid offensive line from the Red Devils. Chesney comes in with a record of 3-2. They defeated Berea last week 29-26 on the very last play of the game. Chesney has wins over West Oak and Woodruff. They've lost to Chapman and Broome, 2 solid football teams. Clennon defeated Chesney last year 47-12 in 2016. Now the defense of the Eagles, led by linebacker Seth Blanton, he had a big stop last week. It was an untimed down at the 6-yard line. Berea had the ball down by 3. They try to run the ball in to win the ball game. Blanton makes a big stop at the goal line to win the game for Chesney. Now, offensively, running back Jordan Walker, quarterback Kyler Reagan, and wide receiver Bo Walker pace the Eagles. So it should be a great game. Friday night, 7:30 at Wilder Stadium, Chesney coming to Clinton. Now let's talk about the game that's going to be here on Saturday. Cumberland University coming to PC Saturday at 7 o'clock. Like I said before, it's the third game of a 7-game homestand. The Blue Hose are going to play 7 straight home games. That's unheard of. Now PC comes in at 1-2. They defeated Campbell University 28-16 last week. Let's talk a little bit about Cumberland. They're in the NAIA. They're in the Mid-South Conference. They're based out of Lebanon, Tennessee. It's the first time that Cumberland and PC have ever faced off against each other. Now, Cumberland is an NAIA powerhouse. They're currently 4-0. They're ranked number 21 in the latest NAIA poll. Last week, they defeated Edward Waters College 38-16, and currently they're ranked 11th in rushing in the nation in NAIA. So they're going to look to pound the ball against the Blue Hose. Now, on Friday night, Laurens County Touchdown Club back in action at the Ridge at Laurens at noon. Guest speaker will be Penn Wagers. He's a former ACC, SEC referee. He's also currently an ACC replay referee. So it should be a great day on Friday at noon at the Laurens County Touchdown Club at the Ridge. Hey, that's going to do it for week 5 of the Laurens County Football Show. Looking forward to some great games. Laurens Academy's off this week. They have a bye. Curtis Baptist, who they were supposed to play, did not field a team this week. So the Crusaders are off. They'll kick things off again next week. But that's it for week 5. We got some great games, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the game.